We often look at our lives and instinctively blame the outside world for holding us back. But in reality, we act as our own jailers. The most restrictive mental prisons have no physical walls. The door stands wide open, yet we stay inside, paralyzed by our own hesitation. This paralysis starts in childhood. We are taught a very specific set of rules. Never make a mistake, never lose a game, and above all, never look weak. By prioritizing the appearance of strength, we gradually trade away our personal autonomy. We swap our own choices for the safety of societal approval. Over time, the childhood fear of failure evolves into an adult terror of rejection. Every major choice starts to hinge on what we think other people might be thinking. Now consider this. If there was absolutely no one left to judge your actions, would you still choose the exact life you are living today? For the vast majority of people, the honest answer to that question is a definitive no. Realizing your answer is no is the first step in diagnosing the problem. It suggests you aren't actually living, you are simply executing someone else's script. When you spend years operating on external expectations, you eventually lose touch with your own internal desires. Then you hit a jarring realization. Decades have passed in a blur, and not a single one of those years was lived authentically for yourself. To endure this, we use a common coping mechanism. We tell ourselves that one day we will finally start living the way we actually want to. But one day is a phantom timeline. It shields us from the pain of current inaction, allowing us to feel better without making any real changes. This chart shows the mathematical irony of how we perceive time. When time remaining is abundant, its perceived value is near zero. As we move forward, the lines cross. When we finally comprehend time's value, the remaining supply is almost entirely depleted. This mathematical reality makes the logic of waiting for one day impossible to sustain. The future is not a physical location where your life finally begins. Life occurs exclusively in the present tense. Waiting for a future date to begin living is a guaranteed forfeiture of the existence you actually have. A long-standing philosophical theorem suggests that every person is born twice. The first birth is our physical entry into the world. The second birth is a psychological realization. It is the moment you truly grasp your own mortality and your strict temporal limits. This perspective causes trivial frustrations to evaporate. The impossible task of trying to please everyone is permanently abandoned. This realization forces an end to self-deception. It changes how you prioritize your days, moving you toward an existence defined by your own choices rather than external pressure. This perspective requires a specific definition of freedom. It moves past the idea of having every resource or satisfying every whim. True freedom is the act of decoupling your internal state of happiness from external variables that you cannot control. Once those external factors are removed, success can no longer be measured by outperforming others or climbing societal hierarchies. Success becomes a quiet, nightly confirmation that you lived the preceding hours in strict adherence to your own truth. This internal alignment is the only genuine victory because it is the one thing the outside world cannot take from you.